When we look at the terrifying events that are taking place on the world scene today, we can surely have a glimpse into the future of what is to come, as the Bible prophesies that men's hearts are soon to fail them due to the storm that is coming upon the land very soon. These evil forces in the world are showing forth their evil works, which will intensify greatly as we draw closer to the end of all things.
But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer.
Many, of course, are sitting in ease and have a picture of what's going on around the world, but are experiencing very little of it right now. But through these eye-opening videos, hopefully they will see what is coming upon the land as it intensifies even more to the coming of the Son of Man. I desire all to see these intense signs that is coming through all these terrible, strange events that are occurring around the world, for the sole purpose that their eyes will be open to the reality of everything the Bible said would come to pass.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
It is time for the world to stop sleeping in their lukewarm condition and state of willful ignorance and wake up to the simple fact that this world that we live in today is far from being normal. The present condition of this world is not what it was designed to be. The God of heaven and earth did not create this world for it to be like this for 1 second.
But I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old.
But because of this world's rebellion against heaven, through this world's corrupted ways, through their sinful ways that have trampled upon the law of Jehovah, and the sacrifice made by the Son of God, which they also trample upon, the world is feeling the effects of their rebellion against the author of love.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
As a lot of these things in the world are man-made today, God will allow them to continue and to take its course for the simple reason, just as I had said, that this world is rebelling against God, and the professed Christian world doesn't even realize it.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee.
Truly, many Christians today cannot see that they are all a part of this big problem on this planet as to why the world is the way it is today. When we profess the name of Jesus Christ, our God, the creator of heaven and earth, but yet obey not his voice through our life in walking away from his very law that he wrote, as he is the lawgiver, which is to be perfected in our daily walk and character, as it was for the Son of God, who was our perfect example, we need to reflect him too. And those who continue to willfully reject the Son of God by their open rebellion to willfully sin against him, those who profess the name of Christ and yet not obey his voice, they are too going to soon feel the effects of what's happening around the world.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sorer punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and hath done despite unto the Spirit of grace? For we know him that hath said, Vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Billions are in step with the Antichrist system of lies, because most Christians are deceived, all because of their connection and love for the world. They have become a friend to a sinful world, as ancient Israel did. They are following the path of ancient Israel and have become blinded through their rejection in being depositories for that very law, just as the professed Christian world today is also rejecting and failing to be the depositories for that holy and just law of God. Today, the professed Christian world has set up their own standard of what righteousness means. They have replaced the 10 Commandments with their own ideas of what righteousness means.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
And because the world has walked away from God, and billions are going down the path of this great deception, they too are soon to miss out on heaven, because they fail to make a sacrifice for God today. As we understand and know the pains that this world is encountering and is suffering through in many parts of the world is going to come to every house in due season. Now is the time to prepare. Now is the time to get ready for the arrival of the Son of God. Today is the day to get right with Him, or lose your crown for heaven, which can only be won through bearing the crown of thorns. Testing time is coming to all. Make sure your lamps are trimmed and there's enough oil to have to endure through the storms that are coming, the storm of our trial, when that mark of the beast is finally enforced.